previous round of the PROMAXX Performance Exhaust TA2 Muscle Car Northern Series delivered big time for Team Johnson, with the debut of 16-year-old Jett, grandson of 3-time Bathurst winner and 5-time touring car champ Jett Johnson. Jett delivered no doubt that the Johnson dynasty will evolve into a third generation of competitive racers. Mustang mounted, and with a thirst for champagne, even if he is below the drinking age, Johnson was back for round 2 of the Northern Series at Queensland Raceway, mentored by Father Stephen and ready to go one better than last round. New to the series for this weekend was production car race Carl Begg and former rally driver and heritage touring car racer Rob Leonard.
Yeah, love the racing, love the car. It's probably the only car I've ever really enjoyed driving, every minute of it. So I've done a lot of production car racing, and you spend a lot of time trying to make road cars go fast. But this is very cool. So
they're an absolute ball, but they're also a challenge. So I'm still not used to it. It's probably going to take me 2 or 3 rounds before I get used to the car. I've got the seat in the wrong position, so I can just reach the brake and clutch pedal. So that's a challenge under braking. But I'm sort of getting to learn what the car will do. The big balloon tyres are a bit to get used to, but I'm starting to have fun now, so it's great.
The series also welcomed a new partner, with Atlantic Oils coming on board for this round. The Australian-owned company manufactures a vast range of high-quality performance oils for the automotive, industrial, agriculture and mining sectors, and was a welcome partner to the TA2 paddock. Qualifying was tense. Gold Coaster Chris Pappas again showed massive improvement to set the fastest time early in the session, till Russell Wright laid down a 1:13.04, with Johnson only 0.6 of a second slower. With only minutes remaining, Johnson pitted for a tyre pressure change, then came out for one last flyer. The Mustang was on edge all lap, but quick enough to take the PWR pole slot by 6/100ths of a second right on the flag in one of the closest TA2 qualifying sessions, from Wright, Pappas and the Camaros of Murray Kent and Adam Hargraves.
I didn't think I was going to get the car on pole. I had my first run out, didn't quite get there, and came in and made a couple tyre pressure changes and went back out, and my first few laps were a bit sloppy. I didn't think I was going to make it, but just pulled it out in that last lap, so I'm real happy.
Saturday's race 1 started under superb conditions, but trouble at turn 1 ended the race abruptly.
From Russell right on the outside. Can he swoop around the long way on Jett Johnson? No, he can't. He gets hit from Pappas and goes spinning in turn 1. Pappas sideways as well, and in the gravel and way out to the outside.
Realising he'd be hung out wide, the veteran racer then elected to fall back in behind Johnson, only to be tagged by a fast-starting Pappas. Pappas and Wright both ended up off the road, but taking out Hargraves as well. Johnson again grabbed the lead on the green flag and was never headed, while Kent slipped off at turn 2 in the fit-class Camaro. Leonard and Wadley put on a great show for most of the race, while Anthony Tenkate and Carl Begg ran side by side in the top 5 through turns 2 and 3, till Tenkate had a brake issue and ended up in the gravel at turn 3 a lap later. Johnson went on to win his first ever touring car race by just over a second from Wright, Pappas, a recovering Kent and Carl Begg.
Yeah, well, it was a very proud moment for any grandfather or father to see their kids or grandkids doing a great job. You know, we got 2 really great grandkids, and from that point of view, I think we're just lucky that it's all working out for them.
A little bit unnecessary too. It's that Brad missed it at turn 1, just off the start. And Carl that was in 3rd position just basically jumped in too deep, hit me from behind, turned me around, and then I got 2 other hits after that, people that couldn't avoid me as a spinning car. You know, luckily the race was red flagged at that stage and we had a full restart, so I was able to get back into position, but let's say the aero's not doing all that well at the present.
Oh, we're just, as us 3, we're just trying to hold our positions and, just get a bit of a rub and a bit of a turn. So, but that's what they say, racing is rubbing. Or was it the other way around? Rubbing is racing. The car was, a little bit upset because it had a little bit of damage, but we just sort of held position, which was sort of our plan, and got through there and finished where we started.
Look, the last couple of laps my brakes were starting to fade real bad. I kept pumping it around the track. Wasn't helping. I went down the back straight following Carl and went to tap the brakes and there was nothing. And I thought, holy hell, I'm either going to belt Carl here or I'm going to beach. So I chose to beach, obviously. The speed I was doing, I thought, yeah, I could even hit the end wall here, so I turned sideways and beached sideways. So hence all the gravel that I'm now filling this bin up with.
Sunday morning's race 2 was also a 12-lapper, and Johnson again got the jump, while Pappas rounded up right off the start, only to be passed again on the brakes into turn 3. Kent and Begg came together into turn 2, while Peter Robinson watched on and avoided being part of the party in the Wagner Corp Dodge. Hargraves' ex-Cooling Camaro was also on a charge from the rear of the grid, taking Wadley, and then Murray Kent. The two battled hard for a number of laps, with Hargraves getting through at turn 3 and Kent spinning out at turn 4. Tenkate also spun the Mustang out of turn 3 after a strong run, while Johnson made it 2 from 2 and a fastest lap of 1:13.9 with Wright second and Pappas in the Wealthright Mustang third.
Yeah, no, it's been good fun, mate, getting back out here. Yeah, be a few bumps, but a few spins, but yeah, good fun. It always is here. Yeah, I mean, that's racing, mate, it happens. Yeah, and the guys are working out, but I'm just here for fun this weekend. Hopefully everyone else is as well, so it's been really good.
In a strong performance, Adam Hargraves chased down Carl Begg right on the line for 4th place from the back of the grid to win the Hypercoils Hard Charger Award and a pair of Hypercoil springs.
Still getting to know it. It's only new for me with that car, I don't know. My aim is just to get really familiar with it in the next couple of rounds so I can be competitive. I like the other categories, but I certainly like this one. I like the fact, the thing I'm enjoying the most about it is everybody's got the same car. And so it's the emphasis is on driver skill, and that part of it I do like, because you get to see it's honest. You get to see where you're at, and you get to build from there. So I do like it for that.
Johnson read the start well again in race 3, although Pappas was showing more pace in the Wealthright Mustang to get a run on Wright's WPI Mustang out of turn 6 and make the move down the straight. Tenkate and Robinson had a race-long battle in the mid-pack. The Wagner Corp Dodge went through a number of setup changes over the weekend in an effort to close the gap to the front runners, while Begg made his move on a slowing Russell Wright, who just held off Hargraves to the flag. Jett Johnson made it 3 from 3 in the full throttle barbecue Mustang, with a proud grandfather watching on, with Pappas finishing 2nd from Begg in his best TA2 result to date.
It's been excellent. The company's been great. The lap times are improving, so it feels like I'm learning every run, and it's been a real joy to see Jett come along and progress. So it's all good. We're having a great weekend. It's just a chance to get out and race with your mates. So, it's not always just about championships. It's also about using the cars and enjoying the company and, keeping yourself in a car. So when things get back to normal and we can go racing seriously in national championships, we're all ready to go.
We're having a ball out here this weekend. Yeah, only 10 cars, but some very, very close racing. Enjoying it. It's just good to get the cars out and go racing. COVID restriction, border restriction, we all understand it's for better health for everybody. So we just do what we can do, and looking forward to everybody getting the jab and we can go racing.
Sunday afternoon's finale saw a drag race between Johnson and Pappas side by side through turns 1 and 2, before Johnson gained the upper hand, although Pappas ran with him early in the race, while Russell Wright slipped back after developing a slave cylinder issue and bent steering following the turn 1 clash earlier in the weekend. Johnson won the final comfortably from Pappas by over 7 seconds, with Wright, Hargraves and Tenkate rounding out the top 5. In a very mature display for a 16-year-old, Johnson took the round win, claiming pole position, all 4 race wins, 4 fastest laps and the Rookie of the Round award.
Yeah, I'm real happy with how the weekend went. It was, from the first practice session, I knew we were on for a really good weekend. The car was on it straight out the gate, and I knew it was up to me to just conserve the tyres, conserve the car and not make any mistakes, and I could have had a pretty good chance of running up the front, but I never would have thought that I would have gotten a pole and 4 wins, so it's such a great weekend.
Chris Pappas proved that coaching by Paul Morris is paying dividends by taking the Willwood Big Breaker Award and 2nd for the round by 1 point over Russell Wright.
We started pretty strong and we finished pretty strong, so we just kept pace going in what we had and managed our tyres and changed a couple of things throughout the weekend, and it all worked out.
Wright recovered well from the first lap incident by taking 3rd overall and the Serco Masterclass Award.
This weekend started off that well. The car was super fast. First corner, first race, got run into, turned around, ran into again by somebody else that couldn't avoid us. And anyhow, this car wasn't the same, so we played with a few things but found some bench steering arms, and then in the end we had no claps in the last race, so it was just a bit of a battle weekend, but still we finished the 4 races, finished a couple of seconds, couple of thirds, or 4th and the 3rd, so overall still pretty good results, good points, and get it tidied up now and get ready for the next event.
Despite the Camaro needing a buff and polish after a fairly wild weekend for the Queensland Touring Car champ, Murray Kent wrapped up the Bowden's own Best Presented Award. After 2 rounds of the PROMAXX Performance Exhaust TA2 Muscle Car Northern Series, powered by Atlantic Oils at Queensland Raceway, Jett Johnson now leads the series overall from Russell Wright, with Chris Pappas and Anthony Temcate sharing 3rd spot on the point score. Check out the TA2 website.